Hello, fellow food lovers. Today I will be making Chinese almond chicken Soo Guy. You will need 2 chicken breasts, boneless, and half a cup of almonds. For the batter, you'll need 1 cup of white flour, 1.5 teaspoon baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon salt, and a cup of water. For the sauce, you need 1 tablespoon oyster sauce, 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1 teaspoon chicken powder, and 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Okay, so we're going to make the batter now. So we're going to take 1 cup of white flour, and we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt for seasoning. And to that, we're going to add 1 cup of water. We're going to start with 1 cup of water, and if we need more, we'll add a little bit more at a time. So we're going to take a whisk, and we're going to mix the flour in with the water. So what you're looking for is a really thick batter. So if you have a thin batter, if there's too much water, then the batter won't stick to the chicken properly. So it has to be a thick batter. At the same time, you can't have a paste. So when you add a cup of water and it's like a paste, just add a little bit of water at a time until you get kind of a thick batter. And right now, what it is now, it looks like it's a pretty good batter as it is. So we won't be adding more water to it. It's fine. Okay, we're gonna get 2 chicken breasts. So each chicken breast, we're going to actually take the side of the cleaver and we're going to smash it so it's a little flattened. Not overly flattened, but just a little bit flattened, just like that. Yeah. And then we're going to slice it across into 2 fillets. So try and cut directly down the center so that you have 2 equal fillets, just like that. And then we're going to do that with the other chicken breast as well. So we're going to smash it so it's flattened a bit. And then we're going to cut it down the middle so it's like 2 fillets. Okay, so you have 4 pieces of chicken breasts cut from 2 chicken breasts. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on it to season it. Okay, so we have a wok half filled with oil and it's on high heat. So to test that it's the right temperature for deep frying, I take a wooden chopstick and I dip it in the oil. If it bubbles like that, then it's ready for deep frying. So you only use a wooden chopstick for this. You can't use a metal chopstick or a plastic chopstick. It won't work. It has to be a wooden chopstick. Okay, so I'm going to give the batter one final mix. I'm going to take 1 chicken breast, one fillet. I'm going to dip it both sides in the batter so it's evenly battered, and I'm going to drop it into the frying oil. And then I'm going to grab another fillet. I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to fry it. There's only room in the wok for 2 fillets at a time. So I'm going to do 2, and then when that's done, I'll do the other 2. So the batter should be a golden brown before you take it out. And if it's not a golden brown, it won't be cooked yet. So if it's a light colored batter, the chicken is still probably raw. So you want to cook it on one side. Oh yeah, and earlier on, you want to break the pieces apart. If the two fillets are stuck together, you want to take a metal spoon and kind of break it apart. So you want to fry on one side for maybe 3 minutes and then turn it over so the other side is cooked for 3 minutes as well. And when the batter is nice and golden brown, you just take it out with a slotted spoon like I did. And then I put it on paper towels on a plate. And then I'm going to put the next two fillets into the deep oil. So I'm making sure that both sides of the fillet are evenly coated with batter before I put it into the fryer. And I'm going to do the same with the second fillet. And when you get a chance, use a metal spoon to separate the two fillets so they're not stuck together. So again, cook one side for about 3 minutes and then flip it over. And then cook the other side for 3 minutes and then it should be done. So the heat's on high the whole time I'm doing the deep fry. Yeah, so flip it around so that both sides are cooked. Okay, so 3 minutes have come by and I'm going to take them out now. And as you see, the batter is a nice golden brown and that's the color it should be when it's cooked. So I save the oil. I usually drain it into an oil container through a sieve, and I save it for the next time I have to deep fry in the wok again. So I'm going to make the sauce now for the Almond Chicken Soo Guy. So I've washed the wok. It's on high heat. I've added a cup of water. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of oyster sauce. Then I'm going to add a tablespoon of soy sauce. And a teaspoon of chicken powder. So let that sauce come up to a boil. Okay, so I'm going to make the cornstarch slurry to thicken the sauce up with. So I'm going to take 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, 1 heaping tablespoon. I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of water to that. And give that a mix. Make sure that the cornstarch is dissolved in the water. So once it's all mixed, I'm going to pour it into the sauce. So I'm going to stir it as it comes up to a boil so that the cornstarch thickens the sauce evenly. Now I'll turn the heat off. Its sauce is ready. Okay, so I have the so I'm gonna have the almonds. I've opened it to let the air out. I'm actually gonna use the back of the knife and pound on the bag and break the almonds into little pieces. You want kind of crushed almonds to top this dish with. Make sure you give it a good whack so that the almonds are properly broken up. Okay, so I've got the 4 chicken fillets. I'm actually going to slice them into 4 to 5 pieces each. And I'm going to set it onto a serving plate. So, about four or 5 pieces each. And then I'm going to arrange them on the serving plate. So I have the sauce here, it's all ready to go. So I'm going to ladle the sauce over the chicken. And then I'm going to sprinkle the crushed almonds over top. So that's about half a cup of almonds. So there you have it. That's Almond Chicken Soo Guy. It's a very classic Canadian Chinese takeout dish. So it's kind of like battered chicken with a savory sauce and crushed almonds on top. Very nice dish to go with rice with the sauce and all that. Okay, bon appetit.